You know that feeling when you're just staring at a chart, waiting for absolutely every single indicator to line up perfectly before you finally pull the trigger and take a position? You want the trend line, the momentum oscillator, and the volume to all scream go at the exact same time. Honestly, it sounds like the logical, safe way to trade, right? Well, here is the hard truth. Waiting until every piece of evidence agrees usually means you're going to be waiting for a move that has literally already happened. The myth of perfect certainty, yeah, it's exactly that, just a myth.
Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're going to completely deconstruct how you evaluate market data. We are looking at a really fascinating case study that proves why conflicting signals aren't actually your enemy. In fact, they're the secret key to building structured, high-probability decisions. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. First, the certainty myth, then building your position, followed by the decision matrix, a case study on Ether futures, market forces, and finally, risk management.
Starting off with Section 1, the certainty myth, and Section 2, building your position. Let's be real, financial markets almost never offer perfect alignment. Conflicting information is totally the rule, not the exception. Because we're basically operating in this constant state of mixed signals, we rely on position building. This just means gradually scaling in or out of a trade to manage your timing, your risk, and your overall conviction. We use these scaling techniques precisely because we have to make decisions despite all that uncertainty, rather than sitting on our hands waiting for an impossible guarantee. And that brings us to a massive paradigm shift, a real game changer. The objective is not to eliminate uncertainty. The objective is to make disciplined decisions despite uncertainty. Experienced traders aren't out there looking for a sure thing. They're simply structuring their risk. Moving right along to Section 3, the decision matrix. So you might be wondering, how exactly do we structure risk when the data is literally fighting itself? Well, we need an objective decision matrix. When you're looking at a chart, you gotta stop asking that binary question. Is this bullish or bearish? Asking that just forces you to ignore conflicting data to fit a narrative. Instead, ask yourself, what evidence supports each side? This kind of Socratic approach forces you to step back and be truly objective.
When you actually lay it out like this, you create a really clear visual contrast. On one side, you have bullish observations, maybe a classical chart pattern or an improving oscillator. On the other side, you've got bearish observations, like overhead resistance or negative momentum. And the big secret here? None of these observations automatically invalidates the others. No way. They can actually all be true simultaneously. Buyers and sellers are just expressing totally different opinions at the exact same time. All right, on to Section 4, Case Study, Ether Futures.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we can apply this philosophy to a concrete, real-world example using the daily chart for CME Ether futures. At first glance, I know, all these annotations might feel a bit overwhelming, but notice how this single chart tells two completely different stories at the exact same time. Let's break this down using our new decision matrix. What evidence supports the buyers, and what evidence supports the sellers? Let's look at the bullish side first. Notice those red lines forming a falling wedge pattern? This is a classical setup that frequently suggests selling pressure is losing its steam, which might just allow buyers to regain control and push for a breakout to the upside. Right below that, look at the Commodity Channel Index, or CCI, which measures momentum. See that purple arrow pointing up? That is a classic bullish divergence. Downside momentum is visibly weakening, giving buyers a real opening. These are very strong constructive signals. But hey, the bears are definitely crashing this party too. Look directly above the price action at that thick purple band. That's bearish UFO resistance, basically a massive roadblock sitting right overhead. Plus, check out the MACD momentum indicator down in the middle panel. The histogram is stuck below the zero line, meaning bearish momentum hasn't actually reversed yet. So it's a real tug-of-war. Neither side completely dominates right now. Section 5. Understanding the opposing forces. So what is that giant purple block anyway? We really need to understand why that overhead resistance is so critical to the whole narrative of this chart. It's not just a random line. It represents actual market mechanics. That purple band is called a UFO, which stands for Unfilled Orders. These are price zones where previously unexecuted buy or sell orders are just sitting there, waiting in a pending state. On our Ether chart, that bearish resistance zone between 1959 and 2140 represents a heavy concentration of waiting sell orders.
If the price goes up into that region, bam, those sell orders are going to execute, increasing selling pressure and very likely capping any upside progress.
So we essentially have an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, a bullish wedge pushing up and a massive wall of bearish unfilled orders sitting directly above it. A lot of traders see this exact setup, throw their hands up and walk away thinking it's just too uncertain. But here is the hidden opportunity. When opposing technical arguments get squeezed into a narrow price range like this, it forces the market to resolve the disagreement quickly. It's like a pressure cooker. You are not going to have to wait long to see who wins, the buyers pushing up from the wedge or the sellers defending that UFO resistance. Which brings us to our final section, number 6, risk management comes first. Because we know for a fact the market is going to make a decision quickly here, we can actually manage our risk with incredible precision. So the crucial point is, let's say you decide to trust the bullish falling wedge. You can set a highly precise invalidation level. If the price breaks decisively below the bottom of that wedge, at approximately 1504, well, your bullish thesis is completely dead, it's no longer supported by the evidence, so you just exit the trade, plain and simple. This right here is your ultimate cheat sheet for structured decision-making. Before you ever enter a position, ask yourself these 3 critical questions. First, what evidence supports the trade? Second, what evidence argues against it? And finally, at what exact price is my original idea no longer valid? Answering these questions completely removes emotion from the equation and replaces it with pure, cold discipline. I want to leave you with this final, incredibly important thought. Being proven wrong quickly is not a failure. Failing to recognize when the original hypothesis has been invalidated is the greater risk. Seriously, stop trying to predict the exact direction of the market with perfect certainty. It just doesn't exist. Instead, embrace the conflicting signals, structure your risk logically, and know exactly when it's time to get out. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep structuring those decisions, and I will catch you next time.
If our videos help you stay sharp episode after episode, hit pause, like, subscribe, and keep learning. Your support means a lot to us.